somebody plays a little too much World of Warcraft. You're trying to do more damage in your first MC. I'm going to show you how you should pick your gear. But rather than having to have you believe me, I want you to look at this panel right now. Look. So there's some set of gear. You're doing about 1200 DPS. What I want to prove to you is that you are going to be rage starved no matter what gear you pick. This will help us rationalize about what to make sense with. Now look at this. We have Fengus's Ferocity. All right, I'm going to turn this on in a second. Look at this. Okay, 1272. Now, how many show that we're actually not generating enough rage to use Heroic Strike all the time? Easy. We just put on this thing. It means that you'll do slightly less Heroic Strikes because you're only going to queue it when you're above 40 rage. Watch how this is going to change our DPS. You see how that increased our DPS. What does this mean? This means that even if you have the best possible gear you can get in the first phase, you will not have infinite rage unless the fight's super duper short. See, an extra 200 AP is not enough to resolve this problem. Now let's turn this off. Turn both of them off, get back to the original value. Look, we're back to 1175. Now watch here, when we put on the don't queue above 40 rage, the DPS will go up yet again because obviously we're rage starved when we have less AP. If we were rage starved when we had more AP. And as you can see, the damage goes back up again. Now we can actually go check out some of the gear and you can start actually thinking about what to get. Now here's the first thing that I want to actually cover. I want to stomp this idea that you need to have very particular gear. At the end of the day, you having a lot of knowledge about the boss fights is going to matter a lot more. So we're going to go change the item that'll have the most impact on your DPS. When you're rage starved, weapons have a very large impact on your DPS because they're pure DPS for your white hits that generates your rage. So let's go swap both of your weapons off. So now we took the main hand Dalren's, we swapped it to Thrash Blade. We'll make the offhand, I guess, Mira's Song since we're simming as a human. But you know, you could use something else if you were an orc or whatever. And look, we lost 15 DPS. Okay, so instead of doing 50 Ubers, you could lose 15 DPS out of 1200. So like a 1% DPS loss. What else could you do? Oh man, I don't want to do lower Blackrock Spire because, I mean, honestly, you should just do it, but let's say you're a fucking idiot and you refuse. You can probably get a green that's similar stats to this 11 Agibo, so let's just pick this. How much DPS do we lose there? Oh, wow, we lose like 1/3%. Lion's Heart, okay, this is actually a really big piece. Here, really quickly, let's do this sheet DPS thing. It's going to calculate with all these different pieces. You're going to notice that, yeah, the Lionheart, honestly, it kind of pumps. But if you want to, you know, be lazy, you could go get something like this. And look, it is going to make you lose like 25 DPS. But it's all right. In total, remember, we started at 1185 once we turned the Heroic Strike logic on. Okay, so you've lost like 50 DPS at this point, but you've cut out getting a Lionheart, doing Elbers, and farming Ubers, all right? So I have saved you like 200 hours of your time, and you've lost, what would that be, 50 DPS out of 1,000? Yeah, not a whole lot of damage. You're doing pretty good still. Mark of Fording, this is, I mean, you should just get it because it's a quest, so go fucking do it. Now, what about this? You can either go like 3-piece Black Dragon Scale, or you can go, honestly, any of the pieces, it doesn't matter. Watch this. We're at 1137 now. Let's just put on these. It's going to actually go up a bit. Well, no, we broke the 2, so we'd have to swap other pieces. But you see, none of these things like really change the DPS that much. Going to like Wormhide and having the partial set here, like this is fucking stupid getting the 2 set. This is not very good doing that. But let's see. This easy to get. Quest item. What about Shroud of Domination? Let's pretend you don't have a lot of friends, so you just settle on this Stone Skin Gargoyle cape. And what about in here? So you get a Breastplate of Valor, mostly just because it sucks, not because it's particularly easy. But you could find something with stats like this, like get a green chest of the Tiger. It's going to have more strength and agi than this. Battleborn Bracers. This is hard to get. You're going to get Bracers of Valor because you're a doofus. Oh, Devil Sword. Honestly, this is so cheap. I'm just going to keep the Devil Sword up. You should just get that. Brigham Girdle. Instead, you're going to get Omox because it's easier to get. Black Dragon Scale Boots. Well, you're a cheap ass, right? Let's see. Honestly, these are going to be pretty cheap to get, the Saffron Scale Boots. But, you know, we want to show that you can wear really stupid gear and still have awesome damage. So we're going to put on Boots of Valor instead. You can get the Blackstone Ring. Pay some dude who doesn't speak great English to farm it for you, okay? It's no problem. You just go AFK next to those fucking Hydras. Magni's Will, this is a quest item. And then, I mean, you should probably go get the Hodge. But let's say that you're a real degenerate and you're just like, I'm going to just fucking drop a trinket. All right? So Instead, if you did everything perfectly, you'd have 1,185 DPS here. If you're a absolute fucking moron and you're like, I'm just going to have items I can get from quests or I can buy off the auction house for like 5 gold, you would lose 125 damage out of 1,200, or well, almost 1,200, 1,185. So basically, if you decide to get all your prebis handled in one like 12-hour gaming session, and you just do the best you can, you're going to do 10% less damage than guys who do this shit 24/7 and get all the best shit. Your gear just doesn't actually fucking matter hardly at all. And this will maintain course for the rest of Classic. But you know what really does matter? Let's see. Let's be a pretty average idiot who likes griefing their fucking teammates. Oh, bro, you know, fucking, I had a hard day at work, so I didn't get the War Chief's blessing, man. It doesn't really affect my DPS that much. Wow! Turns out that's a fucking lie. Could you see that? Let's check that again. So you're 950. Let's turn this back on. Wow, you're like 1160. Okay, so War Chiefs has the same impact on your DPS as getting perfect gearing. Just getting the fucking War Chiefs. Wow, isn't that wild? Let's see, how about we take out a different world buff and we check the same thing? Damn, look, just giving up Ani buff, it actually has a similar effect to War Chiefs. That's a little surprising, but whoa, 100 DPS. Songflower, this will probably be less than 100. Yeah, it's about half as big. So getting these 3 world buffs, Ani, Rend, and Songflower, has about 2 to 3 times the effect of getting gear. You could wear all dumbfuck gear, and it still wouldn't really matter. Same thing with these consumes. And I mean, really, the reason that these things I'm showing are true is because the stats between the items we can choose between are all very similar. You know, it's not a loot matters a lot less than consumes and world buffs always, but especially in phase 1, you just don't have a whole lot of difference, like top to bottom checking items out. None of them really have a lot of stats for the most part, and I kind of think this is fucking great because, like, me personally, I have like very little stress about getting my character ready. I'm gonna do my best job, and if I miss some pieces, it's really, really, really not gonna matter at all. So if you want to get really nitty gritty and do shit the best, you just go to this website. Guybrush has a fucking amazing sim. You fill out some of this crap. If you want to be really insane, swap the fight duration stuff out. If you think your guild's pretty good, you might kill the salamanders in 30 seconds week 1. Maybe even faster if it's really, really good and people actually show up with all their shit for the first week, but that probably won't be the case. Anyways, it's easy to do your best as a warrior. It's easy to do your best as fucking like anything. Get your buffs, get your consumes, wear any gear you want, turn on the sim, choose some pieces of gear, hit sheet DPS. Wow, look, it now tier ranks all the stuff for you. You guys fucking love tier lists, don't you? Great. Pick all the best shit. Let's do that really quick. Oh, look, okay, this said it's the highest. Let's go here. Oh, this one says it's the highest now, but that's from Raid, so let's not pick that. We already know Dalren's, but I'm not going to swap that. Oh, True Strike, it's on the top of the list. You see how brain dead this is? I'm not actually making any decisions here. I'm just like looking at the thing and going down until I find something that now here you don't want to make a decision. You're gonna give up the 2 sets, so just get the fucking Devil Sword. Okay, go farm. Omox, already have that picked here. Battle Chasers if you're rich. Saffron if you're like I don't know if I'd say broke. That it'll probably be pretty cheap, but it might be insane still. Here, Hodge, that's gonna suck to farm. But other than that, like, you know, it's whatever. And whoa, look, so much damage. Hell yeah, dude. Fucking good luck in raid if you are on Night Slayer, NA, PvP, Alliance. My guild's looking for kind of everything except rogues. But I mean, if you're a rogue, you can still hit me up. I just can't guarantee your ass a raid slot. Peace, guys.